We're going to live on a total of 7 worlds. Those 7 worlds will be on this world. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? The 7 stars get along together. People got to learn to get along together. So the first world, the direction was west. And the chief was the big-headed snake and the buzzard. And the buzzard went around and caused all the problems for the people, telling people there was differences in people and differences in color. So what goes around comes around. But maybe we'll get it right by the time we get to the 7th world. But the 7th world was going to be a beautiful world. We're going to see the same beauty that we saw in the first world. But since he belonged to the fire clan, it was fire that purified the world. The crystal as the blood of the people and the animals that died in the first world. So if the Great Spirit made man on the 6th day, every crystal has 6 sides for your eyes to see. Folks that had the open spot on the top of the head, this is the little soft spot when you're born, when you're a baby. That connects you to the Great Spirit. And so they had that door open on the top of their head, and they, in the twinkling of an eye, they followed a cloud by day and a star by night. They went to a safe place. And so you can see that today and for your eyes to see, and the book they brought over on that boat from Europe, in King James, the book of Numbers, chapter 14, verse 14. Same thing. So the first world was purified by fire, and it took a long time for the fire to burn down. And finally, after it cooled off, the people who cared about people, who loved people, they emerged into the 2nd world. And the 2nd world, the direction was south, and the chief was the spider clan. And so now on the belly of the spider, you can see this. 2 pyramids. This spider did not make the beautiful web that taught the Indian people how to weave the baskets, the little garden spider, but it made the straight line webs, the uncaring web. In order to tell if a snake or a spider is deadly or not, the first row was red touch yellow, him deadly fella, and the spider is red touch black, him bad fella. That's how you tell if a snake or spider's deadly. People was with the big kamamas and the big dinosaurs. Kamama in Cherokee is the elephant. And they was still eating. The 2nd world froze, rolled over twice, quick, and froze. And they still had food in their throats and their mouths. It happened quick. And just before the 2nd world rolled over twice, the people who had the door open on the top of their heads, once again they followed a cloud and a star, and they went to a safe place. So then the people emerged into the 3rd world, which was a little tougher than the first 2 worlds. And it had 3 pyramids, and the direction was east. 1, 2, 3. Well, to make a long story short, after a while, the door on the top of the head started closing again, became like cement, wasn't even slushy anymore, and people started hurting and killing each other. And so the 3rd world was purified by water. So we've gone 3 worlds so far. We've got 4 to go. Well, now let's look where we are today. And so this is Tuwakwachi, Earth in balance. The direction is north, and we live on the Snow Eagle. Mother Earth has snow on top of her head and snow on her tail. And like an eagle, she circles the sun. And so she's a living being. The chief is the bear clan. And so you look, when a bear comes up to a tree, what's he do? He goes up to a tree and he scratches the tree like that, rawr, like that with his claws, huh? Like so, huh? And you can see that. And so everything that you buy today has got them scratches on it. Before we get over to the 5th world, we're gonna have fear of them bear claw scratches. Because when a bear comes into territory where the salmon is running thick on the river, and there's plenty of salmon, he reaches in the river and he grabs the salmon and he goes, ah! And he don't eat the whole salmon, he don't eat the head, he don't eat the tail, he just eats the middle. And so today, the beginning of life, from the time you're 1 to 21, the head of the fish, it's not eaten. And from 65 on, the tail end of life, it's not used. It just eats the middle to feed the machinery. Under the bear clan, the sub-chiefs is the owl, the mountain lion, and the little skunk with a rainbow on his back. The automobile, the owl, the skunk, and the mountain lion, it runs on the blood of the people and animals that died in the third world. And don't they call the oil-producing countries, don't they call them third world? This world that we live on is the fourth one. The direction is north, and our new direction is northwest. We had a smoke signal, and so we go from fourth world to fifth world. The smoke signal was Mount St. Helens. It's on the 45 parallel line. And on the slope of Mount St. Helens lived a man named Harry Truman on the 45 parallel line. In 1945, I'll make you a parallel. There lived a man named Harry Truman. He was our president. And they came to Harry Truman, they said, Harry Truman, we got a bomb. We don't know what it'll do. And Harry Truman said 2 words, drop it. So for 1 week, they gave the Japanese warning at the Potsdam Conference. And the Japanese, they said 2 words, bleep, bleep. And so the Enola Gay flew over the top of Hiroshima, and blammo, that was what the Indian knew was the gourd of ashes. On Mount St. Helens by Spirit Lake lived only one man on that mountain, and his name was Harry Truman. They said, Harry Truman, get off the mountain. It's been giving warning for 1 week, and Harry Truman said 2 words, bleep, bleep, and that mountain blew, and it blew all the way to New York City. She's taken a turn, and Mother Earth has given her children science on this as we go from north to northwest. Cherokee colors is red and white, and this sign is a circle, what goes around. It's a circle with a line through it at a 45-degree line. That's the same line that Mount Helen is on. It's in logos. For example, red and white are Cherokee colors. And through each world, we grew apart, and then we grew together, and then we grew apart, and we grew together, and so we're coming back together again. People are starting to care about people. We're starting to care about what happens to this earth. And you look today on the Coca-Cola can. We grow apart, we grow together. We grow apart, we grow together. And you see that. And so we got to look, because the sacred flame came from the 7 stars long ago, and it hit the ground, and they carried it on the Trail of Tears to Oklahoma. And it still burns today. The Kituwa, the full blood, still keep it burning. So when you come to this land, the first thing you see is a woman standing there at New York, made out of copper, with a 7-pointed star on top of her head, holding a flame, and she has a trail of tears coming down her right eye, and they can't get it off. Now we're going to go to the 5th world. And the 5th world is the eye, to see, because seeing is believing. But don't believe any of this. We cross over now, because the old god for the Bow clan to see was Ra. So Ra in Bow spells rainbow. And so cause and effect. Sun is fire, rain is water. What you put out, come back. And so fire and water make rainbow. Look, the first world was purified by fire, the second world by ice, the third by water, the fourth, fire and water. The 5th, I don't know, but let's look at this for a minute. The 6th, maybe it'd get a chunk knocked out of it by a meteor or something, right out of Mother Earth. Now let's look at the whole picture. Just look at half of it. Sometimes we only see half a picture. The first letter is A, M, E, R, I, C, A. America, Duwakwachi. Listen, you can hear it. She's talking to you. So what are we doing to take care of our Mother Earth? Because the rainbow is understanding. She feeds us, and the only reason we exist is the fact that our Mother Earth happens to have a topsoil and the fact that it rains. All the rest is talk. There's an old saying, the frog does not drink up all the pond in which he lives. Our Mother Earth is the pond. What are we doing? Where are we going? So we got to look as Mother Earth goes from north to northwest. She's going to blow her nose and powder her face and put on fresh makeup, take a bath, put on a new dress, and go off in a new direction. And you can't stop a woman from doing that. Not unless you tell her you love her. Maybe then she'll change her mind.